Hi, today we're going to be trying out our tree shear. This is a larger version of our utility tree shear. It has a larger cylinder. It's a 5.5 inch diameter cylinder with a 14-inch stroke, as opposed to our utility tree shear has a 5-inch cylinder with a 12-inch stroke. So this increases the force at the cylinder pins from about 60,000 up to 71,000 pounds. So you get more shearing force, and we put that all into a larger blade. So this blade is actually 1.25 inch thick AR400. So it's very large, very deep, so it has a lot of cross section, a lot of strength that way. That'll resist bending. It's also very hard, so it holds an edge very well, very strong. The blade is pinned into a frame made of 1-inch plate steel. This frame is longer and wider than our utility tree shear. Today we have it equipped with our optional rotating feature. So this is a 3-inch cylinder that will rotate the jaw 90 degrees to the vertical. So if we want to trim limbs, or if we want to cut up trees that we've already cut down, it's a little handier to do that from the side. Shear size is from tip to tip here is about 18 inches, and so you should be able to fit about a 14-inch circular trunk into the jaws. The frame is backed up here with a really sturdy brush guard, so it's made out of tubular steel with a thick plate steel mesh insert here. This is going to help keep the branches and such from getting into the cab area or getting into the mounting plate area. One other feature I want to point out is that the cylinder ports and hoses are shielded. This is important when you get into tight areas with a lot of branches. Those branches will be wanting to fall or pull at these hoses. It's important that you have a good shield over the top of your cylinder ports. So we're going to be shearing some popple trees today. We'll start off with some small ones, then we'll move up to some larger popple trees. I think there's an ash tree over here, maybe some buckbrush, and then we'll move over to some willow trees that have large limbs that we were shearing on last week. We'll try those too. Alright, so we just finished up cutting these branches off here. I think this is a willow tree. There was a couple very large willow trees that had fallen off or fallen down into this field here, and so they were having to farm around them. So we came in and trimmed this up, so they're going to get quite a bit of farmland back. But I just wanted to show you that this is about a 14-inch tree, and it cut it without a problem. So A willow tree, I don't know, I would consider it a softwood, but it is very tough. I know for mowing it can be very hard to mow. But this is a mature tree, and it wasn't rotten in the middle, it was solid, so it did a good job of cutting this. Okay, so we just got done cutting down a large popple tree. This popple tree measures approximately 11 inches in diameter. I don't know how tall it was. It's probably about 35 feet tall. But you can see how handy it is to be able to fell a tree and then rotate the blades and then section it up and move it. So not only are you cutting the tree, but you can also pick the tree up, or part of the tree, you can pick it up and move it. And that was nice here because the tree fell across the trail that we're working on. And we just pushed the tree over to the side and then cut it up in place. You can see that even with just the tree shear, it's very handy for moving trees or parts of trees around. So this just gives a little scale between the size of the tree. This is an 11-inch tree trunk, and you can fit probably about a 14-inch tree in here. For trees that are larger, you can nip at those as well. So you can come in and take one cut and then back out and then take a second cut. So that's how you handle larger trees. There is obviously a limit to how big of a tree you want to tackle with this tool. Just because they get so large to deal with, and it's probably safer to do it with a chainsaw or something. But for softwoods like this, 14-inch tree is no problem. Check in with our website or give us a call if you have any questions.